I tried to keep to the theme of the movie. I couldn't find the hat. Life of the Party is directed by Ben Falcone. It stars Melissa McCarthy, Maya Rudolph, and Jackie Weaver. Melissa McCarthy plays Deanna, a middle-aged wife who's dropping off her daughter on her first year of college, only to find out moments later that her husband wants a divorce and she has nothing to go for. She realizes that she only had 1 year left in her teens to finish college, so why not finish what she started? So she decides to go back to college with her daughter, try to finish her education, begin a new life, have fun, and do just some crazy shenanigans that only Melissa McCarthy knows how to get herself into. This is the third time that Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy have made a movie together. One was Tammy. Did not like Tammy. I don't think anybody liked Tammy. Nobody should like Tammy. Second one was The Boss. I didn't like The Boss. I don't think a lot of people like The Boss. So obviously no one's really gonna like the third movie, right? Life of the Party. I mean, it's the same people that made Tammy and The Boss. Well, I guess third time's the charm, because this movie actually kind of works. Definitely the star of the show here, of course, is Ben Falcone's wife, superstar Melissa McCarthy. Her character as Deanna is just unbearably sweet, charming, and you can't help but laugh at every little antic that she gets herself into, every reaction that she says, every little pun. It's out of date, but it's hilarious. She has such a spunk and such a positivity that you just can't help but find it infectious. Now, this is one of her better characters that she's done in movies. A lot better than Tammy, a lot better than The Boss, a lot better than Identity Thief. This is one that you can actually kind of relate with. You can actually care for. She is extremely endearing. And of course, she's very funny. You follow her as she tries to get to know this new generation of college kids, and she kind of becomes their leader because she's so mature and she's so headstrong. All the while, she finds a new life in herself. She finds a new sense of purpose within herself, her independence. But I must say that this movie is an extremely predictable one. You know exactly where the story's gonna go. You know how it's gonna end, and it's kind of the retreat of these old 90s Adam Sandler type comedies, where in the end everything kind of works out. Now that I mention it with the 90s comedy thing, this movie does feel extremely dated. They even bring out this musical celebrity at the end of the film that's kind of dated, that I don't think a lot of people in college are listening to save the day and collect money so she can be able to stay in college. And coincidentally, every character in the movie that she kind of cares for ends up being in that scene, even though they have no business being in that act at all. Ben Falcone hasn't really changed much as far as his style of filmmaking. I mean, he really is just doing whatever he can to highlight his wife. And in this movie, that's actually the best thing he could do. We have a low-rent, wannabe-looking Miley Cyrus in the movie that's basically the antagonist in college for Melissa McCarthy's character. She's not very funny. It's forced. Every time that she's in this movie, I cringe. There are characters in this movie that are kind of interesting if you really dive in with them on a comedic level, but Ben Falcone does nothing with them. Maya Rudolph pops up here and there to play the best friend, and every time that Melissa McCarthy and Maya Rudolph are together, the best improv of this movie comes out. These are the shining beacons of this movie. And bless Melissa McCarthy for doing her thing in this movie. To me, she was just a breath of fresh air in this movie. She's not raunchy or anything like that, but it's such a good time to watch her do her thing. I really enjoyed her character, if you haven't noticed. But all in all, everything else in this movie is predictably dated. A lot of the things don't really make sense. A lot of the things don't work, but you know that everything's gonna work out at the end of the day. There are certain loopholes that I don't really understand about this movie, how they work. She struggles to try to find money to be able to go to college, but if she's going through a divorce, she should be getting half of the divorce, right? She should be getting half of the money, right? I mean, and there you go to college. But they really don't dive into that kind of stuff. But I tell you what does work, Melissa McCarthy. And just for that, I'm gonna give this movie 2 out of 5 stars. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, click like at the bottom. Go to our SoundCloud page for our more extensive reviews. This is Ray from LiveWire. And once again, thanks for watching.